Has the internet ruined pro wrestling? Do we know way too much as fans these days? We'll get all into it on today's episode of Wrestling with the Homies. Plus, AEW Dynamite bounced back after a stinker of a week. We'll get into it on Wrestling with Yabo. What up, Cooley? What up, dog? Man? What's happening, player?
Nothing much, man. I'm still thinking about that earthquake that happened some days ago, man. You know.
Yo, we keep having earthquakes. And I'm like kind of afraid, low key. But before we get into the internet, let me just introduce myself. Y'all know me, still same OG. It's your boy Qwan, and of course, I'm joined by the king of the casuals, the coolest man in the world, Jay Cooley.
Peace. What's good, y'all?
So Cooley, man, I was watching 2012 the other day, and we remember that movie where it was just earthquakes and volcanoes erupting everywhere. Is that where we headed? Is that what's happening in California right now?
According to the Book of Revelations, yes, it's going down.
No.
that earthquake was crazy.
Right. That got dark really fast. My man went to the Bible. He went to the end of the Bible. I'm like, I was just playing around, but he said it's coming.
Hey, man. It's a lot going on.
But no, look, for the people who don't live in California, because I'm sure we got a lot of listeners that aren't in California, it's been earthquake after earthquake for the last 3-4 weeks. And right now, I'm kind of getting afraid. I'm like, what's going on?
That 4.6 felt like a 6.3, man. Like, I don't know, it's because I'm like in the air. You know, I'm on, you like on levels above. So so I wasn't thinking that at all. So
it didn't feel too crazy to me, but it lasted long. And like, I'm like a dog. When I feel like earthquake, I just sit up, I get alert, I look around. Sometimes I try to talk to the earthquake. I'm just like, yo, like the earthquake gonna listen to me and just stop or something. But you know, that time I kind of got scared. I had to stand up and run to the hallway. I'm like, damn.
My vinyl fell. I'm like, well, earthquake don't like Nas.
It would be Nas that he knocked down. You notice he ain't knocked down Jay-Z though. Shout out to the earthquake.
I ain't got Jay-Z.
Oh wow!
I ain't got a Jay-Z vinyl, man. I might have to get Blueprint.
Wow! So today we're talking about the internet and the cause that it's had on pro wrestling. But Cooley, it's been a crazy week on the internet, just in general, bro. Have you been paying attention to everything that's going on, dog?
Trump.
I mean, Trump is always doing something, man. I just saw a 5-year foreign pop out with like a Trump anthem or something. I'm just like, what's go? Hey, an election year. This is
I gotta uninstall X, man. It's getting out of hand. Getting out of hand.
Look, bro. So the X app, right? First of all, like MJF almost got canceled for calling a black guy a crackhead. He called Michael Oku a crackhead or a crack baby or something like that, which is kind of crazy because that has a very negative connotation when it comes to black people, just because it disproportionately affected our communities. But we're not going to get into all that. But outside of that, I saw fans melting down because AEW announced that they're doing a stadium show in Texas. The Drifters got mad, so that was a thing. And then some guy. So nothing is wrong with doing a show in Texas, but you know they're always going to try to spin it. Whenever AEW is involved, they're going to try to spin it into something negative. So people are saying, "Oh, they can't sell out Wembley, so now they're doing All In Texas instead." It's like, come on, man, what are we doing?
It's always going to be
something. You know, it's always the drift. The drift is real on the internet. But bro, I don't know if you saw this, but the WWE 2K community, like the video game community, there's a very famous poster. I want to say his name is like DX for Life or something like that. He's like very popular in that community because he does creations and all that with WWE 2K. This man faked his death. He faked his death. Yeah, he faked his death, right? A couple days later, he comes back and he claims that he was hacked. But then he admits that, actually, I faked my death because I want to turn heel because I'm becoming a pro wrestler. What? And look, and this is why we're complaining about the internet on today's episode of Wrestling with the Homies, because how do you fake your death to become a heel wrestler? How does that even look, bro? Like you were going to pop out at like GCW in 3 years and then get on the microphone and go, hey, by the way, remember that guy who faked his death? Or remember that guy who died in 2024 who created wrestlers on WWE 2K? It was actually me. Ha, 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 ha. And then the crowd's just going to start booing. Like, what does that look like? Cooley's appalled.
We need to put him in a mental ward, bro. Has a problem. Like what?
you are out of your mind. Like that's the effect that the internet has had on the wrestling community. We have a very popular, famous WWE 2K creator faking his death so he can turn heel and become a pro wrestler. I guess he committed to the act, bro. I guess he's really committed to the act. About that kayfabe life, just like I would say MGK, just like MJF, man, calling black guys crack babies. That was crazy, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of like MJF right now. I kind of like MJF. I saw him pop out at Revolution Pro. He was dressed as Hulk Hogan. He had the yellow trunks and the red knee pads, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm kind of in on the real American MJF. What can I say?
Man, Buddy just trying to be Bobby Roode at the end of the day. That's the real.
EC3, remember EC3?
Sheesh.
Oh man,
what's his name? DK? DX? What's his name?
DX for life.
Bro, I'm gonna write him and say you need some straight jackets. You had a problem, bro.
Because he wanted to turn heel and become a pro wrestler.
I thought he was Vince in 04.
And this is why wrestling fans get a bad rep. This is why people don't respect us sometimes, man, because we do stuff like this. We try to become heel on the internet. Like, bro, what are you doing? And I've had my day. I've had my times when I was trolling on the internet. I was just a faceless person out there. You know, avatar picture was probably like a piece of chicken or like a Donald Duck or some bullshit. So, you know, I've done some things. Yeah, Cooley knows. I used to go viral on Twitter like all the time. I used to troll Drake. I can't say what the worst one is because I deleted that Twitter for a reason. But I used to troll. I used to get blocked by like famous people. That was one thing that I used
what was
to
you
do.
doing?
Like, I remember I got on Twitter and I was like, yo, there's somebody in the world whose favorite rapper is Bobby Brackens, LOL. That's all I said. Bobby Brackens replied and was like, yeah, yo, bitch's favorite rapper. And then like I got into a little back and forth with Bobby Brackens. And then, you know, that's the type of shit I was on, man. That's the type of stuff I was doing back in the day. And shout out to Bobby Brackens. I'm sorry for causing you this, man.
Bro.
But look, I was out here, man. I was trolling online, so I get it. I get it. Some people are committed to the trolls, but that's too
far, bro. Bro thought he was Tupac in 97. You know what I'm saying? After.
Right. Yeah. Which brings me to our first topic. We are gonna get into AEW Dynamite, but Cooley, has the internet ruined pro wrestling? Our boy Graham brought this up last week. He feels that we know way too much because we shouldn't know that LA Knight just re-signed with WWE for 4 years. We shouldn't know that Randy Orton just re-upped for 6 years. Everything should be a surprise to us like it was when we were children. I think that's very optimistic and unrealistic, but that's just me. But do you think that the internet has ruined wrestling? Has it?
We're grown. It's because we're grown now, so it depends on how you view wrestling. If you want to, see it as a sport thing, how we see sports, getting their deals, musicians getting their deals. But the type of person I am, I don't care of who gets signed, but I do like the surprises when it comes to nostalgic acts. Like if Stone Cold is coming back for a PLE.
You just want to feel like a kid again. You just want to feel like a kid again. Which is fine.
Your inner child.
If you want to enjoy wrestling like a kid, I get it.
Your inner child.
Oh, God.
So, you know what I'm saying? If it's somebody like Stone Cold or Undertaker, I wouldn't want them, to say that online. I would want to just experience it. But it becomes a problem because say, we're going to Mania in 41 and we don't know if Stone Cold is coming. Would I want to go still? But if I knew,
well, am I going to buy a ticket?
I'm for sure going to go. I'm for sure getting a ticket. Like I went to Dallas in Mania 38. So it's just, it's a balance, man. It's a balance.
Yeah, it really just depends on what type of fan you want to be. Do you want to be a smart fan who knows the in and outs, or do you want to just be a casual who pays attention and gets surprised when things happen? Because this exists in all sports. Like obviously basketball and like football. So it's all a little different because there's no surprise signings in the sense of the Warriors take the court, right? And it's 4 men on the court. We don't know who the 5th man is. And then all of a sudden music hits and goddamn Anthony Davis runs out from the locker room and rips his jersey off. And now he has a Warriors jersey on. So now he's on that team. Like that doesn't exist in like basketball or anything like that. But I do remember a time when like trades and stuff would happen. And it was a surprise to the fan because we didn't have Woj on Twitter all day tweeting about things that were going on. We didn't have guys like Shams Charania our what is it? Karanya? Shams, the homie Shams, whatever his name is. We didn't have him tweeting about things that were going on behind the scenes. So it's like, I remember when the Lakers traded. And shout out to Shams.
But
it's definitely Shams. But I remember when the Lakers traded Kwame Brown for Pau Gasol. And I think Mark Gasol and Javaris Crittenton were involved in that trade. But that was a surprise to me as a kid because we didn't hear about that. I just woke up one morning and Stephen A. Smith was on ESPN screaming, Kwame Brown! And it was like, all right, I guess Pau Gasol's a Laker. So it was shocking. But if something would have happened like that today, it'd be 3 weeks out from the trade, and we would have Woj tweeting about the Lakers and the Memphis Grizzlies are in talks. They're trying to build a package involving Pau Gasol. So we would know. So by the time that trade happens, it might be a surprise to us, but at the same time, we kind of heard the rumblings of it. It was building. Back in the day, it was just out of nowhere. It was like an RKO, bro. It was out of
breaking news. Right. Breaking news, man.
So that the internet, it's kind of played a part into like what we know and what we don't know as fans in every aspect, not just wrestling. This is football, basketball, every other sport. But I feel like that's a good thing, man. A part of the reason I love wrestling so much is because I know so much of the ins and outs about it. I know people backstage. I know things that happen backstage. That reinvigorates my love for pro wrestling. I don't need to be surprised.
So you don't believe in keeping kayfabe alive?
No, we all know kayfabe is dead. It's been dead.
Yeah, it's dead as hell.
Like how, bro, the minute we understood that wrestling was a work of fiction and it wasn't real, kayfabe went out the window for us. There's no reason for us to pretend.
For some people, because people were mad when the YS6 took pictures like at a burger spot without their mask on. I'm like, you want them to eat with their mask on? We're like, what year are we in, yo? So,
but look at the people that were mad about that, because it wasn't fans who were mad. We know who was mad. It was Vince Russo. It was Kevin Nash. It was Eric Bischoff. It was these old head wrestlers who got mad because they want kayfabe to still be alive. We weren't mad because we understand that, what happens on the show is the show. Bo Dallas is going to go out and eat after the goddamn show. He's not just going to walk around the city with a goddamn Uncle Howdy mask on, bro. Like, that's not how wrestling works.
That's true.
And look, and the thing is, there's kids that watch WWE and AEW, TNA, whatever, right? These kids aren't on these social media apps like we are. They're not on Twitter. They're not on Instagram. So to them, all this stuff is still surprising. They don't know LA Knight signed a 6-year extension. They don't know Randy Orton re-upped with WWE or Bobby Lashley is a free agent. They don't know any of that. You know why? Because they're not on the internet all day. So if you feel a way about the internet ruining pro wrestling, how about this? Get your ass off the internet.
It's hard, man. Our life revolves around the internet, man.
I mean, that's
all
true,
we know.
But
we carry the internet every single day. We carry the internet. We can't get away from it unless you got a Boost Mobile.
An Obama phone.
Obama phone.
But look, you can be a wrestling fan on an internet without being an internet wrestling fan. Just because you have the internet access, you don't have to be interacting with wrestling all day. You don't have to be on Twitter commenting and talking with wrestling fans. You don't have to be on Instagram following wrestling scoops and all that. Like, you don't have to do any of that. If it's ruining the surprise factor, if it's ruining wrestling for you, just get off the motherfucker. Like, and I'm sorry for cussing, but just get off of it, bro. You can exit out the app, bro, or you can block keywords. You don't have to see spoilers. There's times when I have stuff going on when like a big show is going on. Like, for instance, SummerSlam. I couldn't watch SummerSlam live because I had stuff to do. But you know what I did? I stayed my black ass off the internet. So once I finally got home and caught up on SummerSlam, it was all new to me.
I definitely steer away from the internet when big things go on. Just like when Roman Reigns was returning. I don't know if we knew that he was returning. I
kind of knew. I saw some things. Like, I spoiled that for myself.
Qwan in too deep. He LL Cool J for real, y'all. I
was in too deep like Mekhi Phife. And also, by the way, that was when Kanye said he was in too deep like Mekhi Phife. That was wrong because Mekhi Phifer was not in too deep, bro. That was Omar Epps. That was Omar Epps, dog.
It was Jay Reed. You ain't a cop, Jay Reed.
You ain't a cop, Jay Reed. He was missing all them shots, just dumping out the window.
On purpose. I counted. It was like 12. It was like 12 clips. It was like 12 shots. Right. Like, I literally counted.
Insane. A classic movie though. Definitely a clip. You ain't a cop, Jay Reed.
But like, so, well, me, I kind of didn't really know if he was coming back or not So I like the surprise factor in that kind of aspect. So I was watching SummerSlam, just chilling. And when people started to tweet pictures of Roman in the airport, that stuff gets annoying to me. Like, first of all, these pictures are old. Like, what are we talking about? These pictures are old. But I don't like that kind of spoiler. So I just stay away, man. CM Punk.
I feel you.
We didn't know CM Punk was coming back. And when I say that surprise was so amazing, it made me felt like a child again.
Right.
That's the stuff I live for. I like that type of surprises. We had no idea. The copyright logo came up.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It's over. It's over.
That was crazy.
So that's like the only time I can even think of this past decade in wrestling where it was a surprise and we had no idea it was going to happen. And I love that kind of feeling. That's just me.
And here's the thing, so the surprise factor, there's always going to be ways to surprise people. You can't keep things under wraps, but that's not the part about the internet that ruins pro wrestling for me. I almost feel like the part of the internet that ruins pro wrestling for me is just, I hate to say it, but all the tribal drifter fans, because it's like,
of course,
we've all seen that meme, right? Where it's like, yo, McDonald's fries taste so good when someone isn't in your ear screaming about how nasty they are. And that's true about wrestling, bro. Wrestling is so much more enjoyable when someone isn't in your ear telling you how trash the show was. And I'm probably a part of the problem because I come on this podcast all the time and tell y'all how trash shows are. But look, it's a gift and a curse. It kind of just is what it is, baby. Look, we got to accept the bad to enjoy the good. That's just.
That boy Qwan, a hypocrite.
Oh, look, hey, I am the biggest hypocrite. I am the biggest hypocrite, y'all. And I'm cool with it. A part of me feels like you have to be fickle as a human. To grow, you have to be fickle. Because my biggest pet peeve is when people marry themselves to one idea and they will not let that idea advance past what they already believe. Because what happens is, if I was to say, yo, Austin Theory is a trash wrestler, he garbage, right? And I married myself to that idea. When Austin Theory has a good match, I'm just going to ignore it. I'm going to just ignore it. But then when he has a bad match, I'm going to be like, see, I told you he was bad. That type of mindset has to be erased, bro. It's okay to be fickle. It's okay to allow your mindset to change when you're offered new information. So if I think Austin Theory is trash and then he proves me wrong and he has a good performance, I can be man enough to say, you know what? I was wrong. He was good.
Hell no, man. I'm loyal. If he got to have more than one match, I'm sorry. I got to see this consecutively. Hell no. Like, I got to see this consecutively. No. I'm sorry. You ain't going to fool me with one match because I've been fooled before. I won't be fooled again.
We have absolutely been fooled, bro. Because I remember whenever John Cena would have a good showing in that U.S. title joint, I would be like, yo, John Cena can actually wrestle. And then he would wrestle the next week and it'd be trash again. Fans chanting, you can't wrestle. I'm like, oh, this man fooled my black ass. He ain't good. John Cena sucks. Shout out to John Cena.
Roman fooled people in the beginning? Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it.
Wait, Are you saying Roman Reigns is a bad wrestler? Or he was a bad wrestler?
He was a bad. I don't care. Yes. He was.
What?
And he was bad on the mic. He was bad on the mic, man.
That man said, "Suffering succotash, son."
And he grew. And then, he put on those consecutive matches. I'm like, okay, Roman got me.
Right.
He got me.
But yeah, man, as far as the internet goes, it's like, you damned if you do, damned if you don't. Can't live with it, can't live without it. So the people that do have a problem with the internet and feel like internet is ruining wrestling, is taking away the surprisability, my only advice would be get off the internet. That's the only way you can fix it because it's here to stay. It's here. We're living in the internet age. It ain't going nowhere. Is surprisability a word? I feel like it is. If it's not, I made it a word, bro.
If you're is a word, anything is a word. It's all these. We have all these words. You know what I'm saying? Surprisability.
That's a nuts. That sounds crazy, but
Wrestling
you know what?
I set it up.
Wrestling with the homies. If you hear surprisability anywhere else, just know Qwan made that up.
And Hunter, I know you scoping on the internet. I know you be, in the fans' comments and all that, but listen to me, bro. We need that CM Punk surprise all the time. We need that feeling. Keep that going,
bro.
Keep that
it's
going,
coming.
Please.
It's coming. Watch, one day we just gonna be chilling. Show gonna seem like it's gonna go off air, and then out of nowhere we just gonna hear MJF's AEW theme. The little dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
You might see Scotty Too Hottie
or something. Scotty Too Hottie.
Hey, you never know. I'll go crazy.
Turn it up. But I want to hear from the people at the crib. Do y'all feel pro wrestling is being destroyed by the internets? Do you feel like the internet enhances pro wrestling? Has it reinvigorated your love for pro wrestling like it's done mine? Or has it killed your joy and your childhood dreams of being a wrestling fan? Like Cooley's? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, if you haven't subscribed already, please, bro, please hit that subscribe button. Look, YouTube, Spotify, rate us, give us a rating. We on everything, Google Play, Facebook. We everywhere with it. Give us a like. Whatever that platform needs you to do to boost our algorithm, do it. Do it, please. Help me, please. Please. Help me, please. That was the Wayans brothers, right? Out of Pappy, you an idiot, man. I was watching Life recently. That movie is not a comedy, bro.
It is dark.
It's dark. It's very dark, dog. Like it was sad, bro. Can't get right. Like then he passed away, right?
Yeah.
That was foul. I'm like, damn, this movie is a horror movie. This is not a comedy like I thought it used to. And I didn't realize that was Rick James in that movie.
Yeah, he was a bad guy, man.
Yeah, that was Rick James.
I think he was fresh out of rehab, so he looked, more clean.
Oh, he was skinny,
or fresh out of prison,
mustache,
rehab, whatever.
Rehab, prison. It's all.
I forgot he went to the pen. Yeah,
it's all the same thing. But anyway, man, are you ready to get into AEW Dynamite?
No. No, I was kidding.
Yo, what's up with you, dog?
Hey, relax to all the AEW fans. Said, I'm just kidding.
No.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding.
Anyway, let's get my hashtag Talks of Raw out the No. Let's get my hashtag Talks of Raw out the way, man. And if I stumble, we already know what it is. Let's hashtag Talk Some Raw. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. AEW Dynamite. First up, our newly divorced queen Mercedes beat Sheeta after hitting a terrible looking moneymaker. I mean, terrible. I'm sorry, but that finisher is uglier than a pair of Dada Supremes. Watching Mercedes try to hit that move is more awkward than watching Terrence Howard explain physics. It's more awkward than Meek Mill at WrestleMania screaming, "Get up!" Next up, our favorite cowboy beat TNA legend Black Machismo with a buckshot lariat. Jay Lethal is like wrestling's Royce the 5'9". He's bald. Nothing he does makes a real impact, but it's always pretty solid. Dobby from Harry Potter says he wants whoever wins the American title match at All Out, and Jack Perry attempted to take Darby Allin's head off in probably the coolest moment of the show so far. Big Scapegoat is still a star. I said what I said. Next up was Mina, and she had them things out. She cut a promo, and I have no idea what she said. Sheesh. Up next was AEW's Bread and Butter, a random three-way between middle-aged white guys. Okay, this week actually had a consequence. The winner determined the number one spot in the Casino Gauntlet match. Orange Hogan picked up the W in probably the best match of the night. Japanese John Cena and Claudio faced off, and Okada called Claudio a bitch. Hook was up next, and whenever I see Hook, I'm just reminded that my childhood was a lie. For some reason, I grew up thinking his dad, Taz, was a light-skinned black man. But that boy Hook is clearly from the island of Caucasus. That is a Caucasian man. He got the Justin Bieber bang and everything. Hook called out Chris Jericho, and channels around the world were heard changing simultaneously. The Young Bucks and the Acclaim wrestled next in a match I would have cared about 2 years ago. Remember when Scissor Me was hot? They ran that shit into the ground quicker than Hawk Tua. Speaking of people who peaked 2 years ago, FTR ran in and got the match thrown out. And then in our main event, Lancome Larry himself, the innovator of eyeshadow, Swerve Strickland, faced a wrestler with the worst ring name since Michael McGillicuddy, Wheeler Yuta. After making quick work of Yuta, Swerve took out Vegan Gandhi like a true demon. Nice bounce back show for AEW. I can't really complain. Good graps. 2 packs for Tony Khan this week. We're less than 2 weeks away from Wembley, and I am excited.
Hey, I say it every week, man. Dynamite, it was good. It was good. But nothing really swayed me, like story-wise. Like, I'm sorry. First of all, I want to talk about that cringe video package by Darby Allin. Who's the producers over there, yo? Who's doing these audio? Like, it's just terrible, man. It just felt like Titanic in the 60s. I don't know. I just can't. It's just hard to pinpoint. I couldn't rock with it, man. But yeah, my favorite match of the night personally was O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and Orange. That was a dope match, man. And of course, like you said, Orange won. Like, so surprising.
And we've seen that match like every episode of Dynamite, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest problems with Dynamite to me. The wrestling is always good, but it's like we've seen this same match 1,000 times, 1 trillion times. You know what it is? a lot of guys in AEW don't have different styles. That's what I'm starting to notice. They all kind of wrestle the same. They might have different gimmicks, like Orange Cassidy does the whole hand in the pockets thing, and he's kind of sluggish at times. But when he really ramps up, he wrestles the same way everyone else does. He wrestles like Roderick Strong. He wrestles like Will Ospreay. He wrestles like Kyle O'Reilly. It's all the same. So these matches start to feel like the same match over and over every single week. And they're good. They're always good. But like Jadakiss said in that Versus with the Dipset, it's good, but it ain't enough.
Good enough.
It ain't enough.
It's not enough. Can I be honest with you real quick, man?
What's the deal?
I'm digging this, this Mariah May versus Toni Storm.
You know what?
Thing. It's fire, bro.
It's kind of hot.
It's fire, man. The protege going at her, her ex-boss. Like, it's fire, man. I like it. They look dead alike. It's kind of scary. It's scary,
bro. When Mariah May had like the makeup on with the curled up hair,
yeah.
I thought it was Toni Storm. It took Excalibur explaining to me on the commentary that it wasn't Toni Storm for me to be like,
Facts.
wait, that ain't her.
Kind
of crazy.
I'm definitely digging that.
Excuse me. But one thing I did want to touch on that episode of Dynamite. So there was this video package that kind of just showed the entirety of Bryan Danielson's career, right? And the backdrop was Green Day. What's that song? Time of Your Life? The joint that's like, I know it's something predictable, but in the end it's right. You don't know that song? Come on, bro. That's a classic.
I probably got to
hear
it.
Shout out to Green Day. But that video package, first off, if Tony Khan is paying Green Day to run that song on a video package, this might be it for Bryan Danielson. I'm starting to really believe that he's going to lose, and this is it. He's going to retire. No more Bryan Danielson.
You think he's going to win the belt from Swerve right now?
No. I did for a second, but no. This might really be it. Bryan Danielson might be really retiring. That sucks.
He's been hinting at it for years, man.
He has.
I think he's at peace with it, man. He's done everything he possibly can. Obviously, we're not going to see him in WWE Hall of Fame because he don't want to be in there. So that kind of sucks.
He'll change his mind. He'll be in there.
I hope, because that's how that's how I remember him as still. The S movement.
As Daniel Bryan.
Legendary.
Yes.
Yeah, man, that was just a legendary moment. Throwing glizzy at fans. It's just it was incredible, bro. It was incredible.
He did throw the glizzy at a fan. Like, it had mustard on it and everything. He just picked it up and tossed it at his ass. I'm like, yo, Bryan Danielson.
But yeah, man, this might be it. This is it.
So where does Bryan Danielson rank in terms of just ring ability? That's it. Not star power, not charisma, none of that. Just in ring ability. If we're doing top 10s, you think he's top 10?
He's definitely top 10. Bro.
I think he might be like top 3, to be honest.
Ooh.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. And just again, in terms of only ring ability, that's it. Nothing else. I almost want to say HBK is the greatest of all time. At number 2, I would probably have AJ Styles, and then number 3
is definitely up there.
Number 3, Bryan Danielson.
We might have to do a top 10, man, because
the greatest in ring of all time.
It's a lot of great in ring guys, man.
Right,
that's tough.
Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, Will Ospreay is definitely gonna be up there when it's all wrapped up, man. We'll see. That's a whole different topic for a whole different time. But how did y'all feel about AEW Dynamite this week? I thought it was a nice little bounce back show. I thought it was strong, but maybe y'all got different opinions than me. So let us know in the comments below. And as always, again, if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. If you're on Spotify, give us a rating. If you're on Google, give us a rating. If you're on Amazon, anywhere, Facebook, poke us. I don't know. I don't even know what these apps are telling you to do. These apps are telling you to do. But whatever it is, do it. Boost us. Boost our algorithm, please. Do it. Cooley. You want to get into some fan comments?
Let's get into it, man.
We at the 30-minute mark. We might as well get into some fan comments.
Same
what do I got? Let's see. What do I got in this docket? He said same thing. Well, shout out to Adrian Bronner, man. I love AB.
We got to study that fall off,
I'm
man.
getting cooked.
We got to study that fall off.
We do. So our boy Obi-Wan is cool. Shout out to Obi-Wan. He's one of the best, one of my favorite people that enjoys our show because he's always leaving comments, and his comments are always very informative. So Obi-Wan says, if not LeBron, is Randy Orton Carmelo Anthony? Same longevity, but never in GOAT talks. Those who speak highly of them really like them.
Sheesh.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a real good one.
That's a good one. But I think Randy Orton is in GOAT talks. Maybe I'm wilding though. Maybe I'm wilding. It's just me. But I have heard Randy Orton in GOAT talks plenty of times. But the person that I don't ever hear in GOAT talks that kind of could be, because they had a long career, they're still going today. They won plenty of world titles. The rated R superstar Edge, Adam Copeland. So maybe to me, Adam Copeland is more like a Carmelo Anthony, because you don't really see Edge in them GOAT talks. But you know, his resume is kind of stacked. He might not have no rings, but his resume is stacked. So to me, Edge would be Carmelo Anthony.
That's tough, man. That's tough. I do like that idea of Randy being Carmelo, but the thing about Melo is, yeah, he was in them GOAT talks, but he never really lived to it. Like he fell off too early.
Wait, who? So Randy?
Melo fell off a little.
Melo fell off early as hell, bro.
He came in the same draft class as Bron. So it's like, you know, he really couldn't. I don't know, man. I still see him as LeBron. He's still going. He's still putting on bangers, and he's definitely a part of them GOAT talks. He was he definitely held the ruthless aggression era, you know, pretty high when he came into the Evolution, and you know, became one of the greatest heels too at that. So,
hey, I wonder if Melo would have got drafted by the Detroit Pistons like he was supposed to, instead of going to the goddamn Nuggets. I wonder, will we look at Melo different? Because Melo would have rings. If he got drafted to that Detroit Pistons teams with Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton, Ben Wallace, Melo would have a ring. He would probably have about 3-4 rings, and then the whole conversation around Melo would be completely different.
And I love Melo, man. No shot. I love Melo, man. I still got his jersey from when he got drafted. I still got
big
him
as hell,
Bron.
too. If y'all ain't seen, Cooley got a big ass Melo jersey. It's like 7X.
Melo, man. I still got his jersey, man. I love Melo, but yeah.
Why were we dressing like that, bro? Why did you have a 7X jersey, bro? That joint came down past your knees.
I still got a video on YouTube out there from like 2005, and I was crumping in it, and I will never show you guys.
I will find that link and post it on Wrestling with the Homies page, bro.
I literally grew up on YouTube,
hide from me. Man. You can hide from the people, but you can't hide from me. It's like the episode of Atlanta, the Crank That Killer, when they was trying to kill everybody who wore or did the Crank That video. See that? Anyway, shout out to Obi-Wan. It's cool for that comment, man. I got another comment, and this is concerning us saying that Triple H books like a prison warden. A lot of people didn't like that. That clip is going crazy on Instagram. That clip is going insane on Instagram.
I said what I said.
It's at like 10K views or something. All right, so our boy Undead Metalhead says it works though, and it makes sense, to be honest. It's not with all of them. Like, we still have the Judgment Day, but sometimes it just feels right and works. It's not like WWE only does this, and even the wrestlers themselves do this and align themselves with their own race. That's what happens in life, so it's realistic. Now, yes, absolutely. People of the same race linking up, that is very realistic. And I also think that having people of the same race in these factions, it actually makes the factions look cohesive, because when you look at factions who are just random mixtures of people standing together, it kind of just looks like, why is this even a faction? It's like the JLB squad. Why is Al Snow with Crash Holly and whoever the hell else? It just looks weird. So
meanie.
Right, like it makes no sense. So I get it, but I do want to point out, right? They're mentioning Awesome Truth or our Truth in the Miz. So look, I do want to point out that, and this goes back to me saying that it seems like everybody takes everything at face value and nuance is kind of lost. If you watch that clip, you can see me and Cooley are laughing and joking around while we're discussing a funny observation. But it's all jokes, bro. It's all jokes. We're not mad at Triple H. We don't think Triple H is racist because he put groups that look together or look alike together. Like, it's all just fun and games, man. Don't take it too serious. Sometimes these clips, I get that it can be taken out of context because that's just what clip culture is. But you got to understand, if you see people smiling and laughing when they're discussing something, then they're probably just having fun with a funny observation. It's not that deep.
We don't think Triple H is racist. Okay.
Like,
yo. Jeez.
Like, bro, We love Triple H, bro. We gonna get these jokes up. If we laugh about certain things that Triple H does, if we poke fun at him for not pushing enough of our brothers, it's all out of love, man. We not sitting here upset and mad. We not punching air like homie from Boys in the Hood swinging. Like his first... it's, right. It's relax.
Bro.
Y'all can't hear what our producer has said in our ear, but this man is blacking out. But look, we not mad about it. Wrestling is wrestling. It's all fun and games. Like, we know Obafemi is really Nigerian, but he doesn't have a thick accent. He's playing a character. Wrestling is gonna play with race, man. They're gonna put the black guys together because it looks like a cohesive group. What's that group in NXT? OTM or OTF, something like that. They look like they belong together. They're two big black dudes with braids and they're wearing tank. Like, they look like they belong together. It would be weird if he was right. Like, it would be weird if it was Bianca, Jade, and
Charlotte Flair.
Like, why are these three together? Like, we get that. It's all fun and games. We just be playing around, man. So laugh a little, bro. It's not so deep. It ain't that deep. And he still be on some prison guard shit. It is what it is. We're some idiots, man. We're some idiots. But we having fun over here. But I appreciate that comment, my boy Undead Metalhead. Keep commenting, please. I love you. Cooley, you got anything you want to get off your chest before we get out of here? We almost at the 40-minute mark, bro. We going.
Hey, man, I can't wait to see Rampage tonight. I'm very excited. I'm lying. I can't wait to see Roman tonight, yo. Roman is back 2 weeks in a row. Let's go. I have a thing to say real quick.
What's up?
It might be unpopular opinion, but
what's up?
I'm not digging Roman's new theme. I am greatness. I'm not. I'm gonna keep saying it. I still like head of the table more. It takes 1 full minute. I count it. I'm a musician guy. I count it. It takes a minute to drop. That's too long,
bro. I told you it sound overproduced. Like, and it's not bad. I don't mind it as much as Cooley don't, because Cooley hate it. I think it's solid, but it sound overproduced. It sound like Just Blaze put drums on it. Like, we didn't need a Just Blaze version of Roman Reigns' entrance.
Like, I feel like they should just save it for PLEs. That's cool,
right?
But like every week, nah, bro.
Right?
Nah.
Hey, Def Rebel be doing what they do, bro. They gonna overproduce a song for sure. It is what it is. But I like it, though. They should just add the Just Blaze drop at the beginning. Like, why not? Just imagine.
Quan said he liked it, but then he said it's overproduced. Blaze. He lying, man. He lying to y'all. He lying.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Because fans y'all be on y'all online losing y'all goddamn minds.
It's street trash, man.
It's street trash. Street trash. I love street trash. I want the Judgment Day to just change the name to Street Trash now. Why not?
They said they're not doing it no more. So
yeah, because Triple H always listen to the goddamn fans. Triple H stop listening to the fans all the time. We don't know what we talking about half the goddamn time.
I mean,
at one point we didn't even like the name Judgment Day. Do you remember that? Because I do. When Edge popped up with Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley and started calling themselves the Judgment Day, you know what fans online said? They were like, Judgment Day? Isn't that the name of an old pay-per-view? WWE is so uncreative. This is a terrible name. This group is never going to work. It's the Temu version of House of Black. Y'all remember that? Because I do.
We definitely
And now
remember.
what happened? And now y'all love Judgment Day so much that y'all don't want the name to change. Why are y'all so goddamn fickle? Y'all just like me. Fickle.
I will say, there are some prison wardens that listen to their inmates.
And on that note, this is Wrestling with the Homies. We are getting out of here. I love y'all. Shout out to everybody who left comments. Keep leaving them.
Triple H not racist.
Subscribe. We love Triple H, and we are out of here. Peace.